Now they go
Yep.
one step even further.
I agree, Rach.
Bear in mind, this guy's wearing a t-shirt and just giving away V-cards. I'm gonna kill this man straight up if I ever see him. That's what they said.
Over a fucking t-shirt and you disagree with them, I'm going to unalive you. Dude, you need help.
Now, I don't...
Unfortunately, people are going after ShyLily in a big way here. And this is coming from some very unhinged Pyro Pups, or former Pyro Pups, I guess I'll say. Well, that is right, guys. Let's go take a look at a video about what's going on with Sinder fans, former Sinder fans, about,
really...
well, I don't know how to say this any nicer, but apparently, chat, allegedly, these Sinder fans are trying to dox ShyLily over the Sinder drama. So guys, let's get a look at this video. This comes from more Kazahana, who has put out this video. So let's take a look, chat.
So this is a video that I've been planning for quite a while, and by quite a while I mean months. I've been doing a little bit of research.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy, actually.
Which has been doing some pretty crazy stuff behind the scenes, and I just kind of had to cover
Right,
all
exactly.
of this
Like,
because
I really feel like Miri made a mistake, and hopefully they learned from it. That's it.
Been in the server watching what they've been doing, and a lot of the stuff they've been doing is absolutely abhorrent. Now, just to give you a little rundown of what they've been doing, and we will go into all of the evidence behind this, is they've been doing stuff, for example, like targeting ShyLily by doing stuff like doxing her face and things like that in the chat, and also just kind of being really weird about her and other VTubers, like rating them, and kind of just exposing a lot of information in the chat which shouldn't be shared between anybody, as well as making threats to some of ShyLily's editors, and also to myself.
That's crazy,
and
dude.
also,
That's actually
kind of
crazy.
making comments about other creators in the space, including Tectone, who also has been mentioned quite a bit in these chats as well. Now, let me take you back.
This is straight up just evil chat. You should not be sharing anything like that in any chats, threatening people, all that kind of stuff. That's absolutely just straight up unacceptable, chat.
Where all of this started. If you guys know, obviously Sinder got in a lot of drama, and it was a whole massive thing that went on, and me and a couple of other content creators, including like Atoma, obviously, as you know, made some videos on it talking about the drama, and I've made quite a lot of videos since talking about everything surrounding the Sinder drama. Now, around the time whenever all of this kind of kicked off, I essentially got
don't get me started on that,
person being like, hey, this is a server full of Sinder mods that you want to check out. So I joined the server, obviously didn't think much about it, and I actually quickly found out that the server isn't actually full of Sinder mods. So again, I was misled there, but it was filled with a ton of patrons and high gifting subs and whatever people in this Discord, who were actually, all talking, crap about all of these other people and all of these creators in this little Discord server. And, obviously...
Let me explain this to you. So, there are a lot of naysayers, but what they're trying to do is they're saying that Lily orchestrated everything. Lily is lying, and it is Sinder didn't do anything wrong. There's been a bunch of documents released, some videos, all kinds of stuff like that. They're basically saying that Sinder didn't do anything wrong, and Lily is pretty much the main target of that narrative when it talks about it. I believe Powder made a document as well, calling Lily the orchestrator, if I recall correctly. Take it up with a grain of salt because I don't remember exactly, but there's a lot of people that are just basically like naysaying and being like, hey, this is Lily's fault. And so, because of that, people are targeting Lily in this whole situation.
Usually, I'm not the biggest of, people to care about this kind of stuff. There's always people that are going to be talking bad about people behind the scenes. Who cares? But the fact is, they went so far with the whole doxing and stuff that I really wanted to expose it. And I was going to hold this out for even longer.
That's crazy,
but
chat.
I've actually been banned from the server now. They actually found out. They were that dumb enough, by the way, and you'll see how parasocial and dumb they are throughout all of these screenshots. But they were that dumb enough to not even notice while they were talking about me in the server that I was in the member list. This isn't a big server. It had around about 20 to 30 people, I'd say.
Wow,
and
actually, bro.
You could see me in there.
I said there's only 20 or 30 members in the Discord. Like, that's actually kind of crazy behavior, bro.
I'm constantly online. I wasn't hiding it at all. And they didn't notice until like a couple days in of talking about me, which was crazy. Dude. Now, we can start off with this rule set here, which kind of sets off like kind of an interesting precedent. Obviously, a lot of the normal rules, no NSFW. But they also say number 6, speculation of Red and Cinder's private relationship and what they should/shouldn't do doesn't belong here, which honestly, it's a fine rule.
I didn't get to
But
find a rule
whenever
as
you go
well.
into how they've been digging up
Yeah, I
other
didn't get to
YouTubers'
find a rule
personal
as
lives,
well. Oh, I think I dropped something down here. What is this? Oh my god, it's a subscribe button. Wow. Well, since we're here, guys, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a ton. Okay, back to the video.
I feel like, you know, they're kind of like being a little bit more biased towards Sinder and kind of going after these other VTubers. So we go into this first screenshot. Now, I'm going to find it really hard to read out some of this because obviously they're talking, for example, about Lily and, you know, obviously what she looks like. Now, I've actually censored all of the images. This is what these white screens are, and also some of the text.
Yeah, so they've actually are dropping pictures of Lily in here, chat.
Alluding to what she looks like, because again, this is absolutely horrible and I don't want to kind of expose any of that.
And you can read
Obviously,
these messages as well, chat. I mean, these are just really, really things to say, right, chat?
Be absolutely terrible on ShyLily's part. So if you know, if ShyLily, if you are watching this video, again, I've censored everything out of this, and hopefully, you know, you can take action against these people because it is horrible. And essentially, yeah, they're talking about the fact of her looks, and yeah, here.
And just a reminder here, chat, I want to remind all of you, you know, this isn't Sinder directing this, right? These are just crazy Sinder fans that are doing this, and it's very, very wrong. You know what I mean, chat? It's very, very wrong. But I don't want you to think that this is Sinder involved with this anyway. These are just like some deranged fans that are in a Discord server just kind of going off the rails, right, chat?
Here in this picture here was a picture apparently of her face. Now, I don't know what ShyLily looks like, I'm going to be honest, but these people in the group chat believes that that is her. Now, maybe there's some
That's
information
crazy,
out there
dude.
that I don't know.
That's crazy behavior to try to sit there in the Discord and be like, oh, I think this is her. I think this is her. Like, bro, what the f? And what if it is actually her, chat?
But these people are very, very adamant that this is, for example, her, and this is, you know, what they're talking about here. They say they never seem to remember the fact with guys. They say she looks fine. She looks like someone they used to know. I don't know, man. Lily isn't great of a looker to begin with. She's fine, but I just find that super weird that people are even talking about that in the first place.
That is weird.
Especially with photo.
Remember, guys, like this is somebody's private life that you are actively finding who they look like, looking up this stuff. Yeah, very 4chan behavior. I agree with that. Very, very weird stuff, chat. Very weird stuff.
That, you know, they shouldn't even be looking at. Now, obviously, they do it again. You know, this is another link, and this is more evidence behind, you know, this is actually what they were sharing, because you can see here, I've kept the bit unblurred where it says ShyLily face reveal, because obviously, you know, that kind of proves the fact that this was a thing that they were sharing. Now, they say, so what are you going to do with this info? Now, I don't know what they're alluding to here in this chat. I don't know what they are planning on doing in the future, but it seems like they are planning something. You know, they say, so what are you going to do with this info? And cool, looks like we found her. I mean, that is just not something you say. Like, I understand some people just being, like, casually interested. I mean, there's a lot of Parasocial VTuber fans out there. But, like, it seems like they're, like, the FBI, and they've just kind of, like, they've been like, yeah, we finally found her. Like, we finally got a trace on her. Like, what are they doing? Like, seriously, what are they planning on doing? And
yeah,
it's just
like,
really
you know what I mean?
Because,
That, like,
again, I'm here watching all of this info.
Why are you gonna go this far to try to find somebody, look up their information? We found her. We found her. What are you gonna do with this information? You know what I mean? Like, it's very threatening. It's very wrong to even want to go look for that information. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely horrible.
Just being like spread it on this chat, and I'm just like no one knows that this is going on in the background. Now they keep going saying. Current working theory is
these are not actual fans. These are just random, like, deranged people that went off on their own, made a Discord trying to defend Sinder and be shitty about it. Like, if you're gonna defend somebody, defend them with the truth and facts instead of doing this kind of stuff, because this right here, chat, is unacceptable.
And this is a big trend in the Discord server, by the way. They really, really hate ShyLily. I would say out of all the VTubers that you know, kind of brought up in this situation, ShyLily is the one that they hate the most. And they talk about at length about different theories about, you know, things she's done in the past. And they were also instigating a lot of the clips that we saw, you know, a couple of weeks ago that I covered of her, you know, old clips being brought up of keyloggers and things like that, which even ShyLily said was a wrong and, you know, bad thing to do.
Yeah, and again, this just boils down to the fact that there was a narrative push in this big way that Lily was the big orchestrator of all this stuff.
And obviously, we got another kind of case of this happening. They're saying Lily's face is out there. She hasn't been able to remove them all. Obviously, yeah, they're just trying to find out essentially what she looks like, bringing up even more websites and even more links of this kind of stuff, saying, yeah, no, that's her, like 100%. And again, I feel like it's just so dumb to dig up all of this stuff, especially
I mean, I put pictures of my face like one time, right? You guys have seen like part of my face one time. And even in chat, like, I cannot imagine that somebody trying to find where I live, find what I look like, all that kind of stuff. Like, that is actual insane behavior. Like, a lot of people want to be VTubers because of anonymity. I mean, when I started, like, anonymity was important to me, right? Because, you know, the stalker stuff was a lot more fresh on my mind now. I mean, now more time has gone by and, you know, maybe I'm a little bit more open, but nonetheless, like, to want to even do this, to go to these links, to bother somebody and find out who they are, it's actual scary stuff.
Especially, you know, because they're not doing it because they're interested in her or anything. Not that that would be okay in the first place, but they're doing it because they hate her, and I don't know what they are planning to do with that. They didn't really mention it, but they have been sharing that very actively in this group.
That's very, very scary, Chad. Think about that. Think about the fact that they have her face and information, allegedly. Like, and it is sad because, unfortunately, in a way, it does reflect very negatively on Sinder, right? Because it's her fans. And not that she is 100% responsible for all the Pyro Pups, right? So, like, that's an incredibly wrong thing to think because nobody is responsible for all the people under them. All we can do is guide them in the right direction, right? She's not even around right now. And I promise you, half the Pyro Pups that are left would not support this type of behavior. But nonetheless, I mean, even if you look at it, Sinder fans, right? It sucks because that's a negative connotation now put on her name. But it's true. I mean, it is true.
Now we can keep going on as well. Obviously, they keep comparing Lily to Sinder as well. Obviously, because, you know, all of this is done in the kind of effort to redeem their queen, I guess, in terms of you know, Sinder. And they're saying Sinder only shows her eyes, whereas Lily doesn't show anything. I think they're referring to, like, con meetups and things like that. But again, it just, like, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And I find it extremely weird and parasocial that people are going and digging up all of this kind of stuff. Now, obviously, we go on to Tectone now. This is the stuff that they talk about to do a Tectone. By the way...
I mean, chat, look at this. Look at this message right here. This speaks for itself. For you to type this out, for you to actually believe this stuff, to type that out and hit enter is insane.
Wait, there's way more stuff about ShyLily in there. There's just too much to screenshot, and obviously I was banned,
absolutely
so I didn't
horrible,
have enough time to screenshot literally
absolutely
everything.
Unacceptable.
But you can kind of get the idea of how terrible that this server is, and that these people are going behind the scenes. And they've even had contact with some of Cinder's official mods, and are actually trying to spread false information to them, which could, you know, kind of hinder stuff in the future. Now they say, I genuinely hope that Baldy
your account on Discord should be actually suspended for this.
Offs himself. I know
I hope they got
his
reported.
entire online history, thanks to being in a gacha server he made an utter clown himself on. Everyone would be better off without his fat ass stinky up the place.
So because you don't like his whole thing as the gacha server, right? You straight up decided that he should no longer be alive. What kind of fucking thought process is that? That's insane. No, and I had to trust me, Josh. I 100% know that, sweetheart. I know that this group is renegade group of fucking ragtag BSers that went rogue that are being absolutely horrible. And I do have a message to show you all at the end that came from the Pyro Pup Center as well.
And making people's lives miserable. Now, I don't know if you've seen Tectone recently, but like, he's not exactly fat. Like, I'm gonna be honest. He's
yeah, no, he's not.
He's the opposite of fat, which
yeah,
is kind of crazy.
Tectone's
pretty incredible transformation.
I mean, he's skinny, right?
And
like
yeah,
he's
kind of just like wishing this
lean.
on someone is absolutely
Tectone's
unhinged.
lean.
And it gets worse, by the way. You know, obviously, I feel like telling someone to off themselves is quite
right.
a common
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
Like, I mean,
just because I don't like Tectone and I don't agree with why he, like the whole ban thing, right? We talked about it. Just because I don't agree with what he says doesn't mean that he should no longer be alive. That's horrible.
We see it all the time, you know, like low tier god, things like that. It's a very common phrase on the internet in general. But you know, it gets worse, and you'll see. And,
great.
Yeah, essentially they keep talking about Tectone a lot, talking about a lot of the videos that he makes on ShyLily, and you know, they mainly dislike the fact that he's defending ShyLily, and that's also the fact of me. They dislike the fact that I'm defending a lot of what ShyLily says. I even had a screenshot or a note.
This is a group of Lily haters, chat. They're just like, how dare you speak out against my queen, Sinder? Like, bro, if Sinder is wrong, she was wrong. Like, take the L, dude. Like, you're directing all your hate towards somebody that said what they had to say and moved on with their life. And by the way, I want to remind you all how much damage Sinder did to ShyLily. What is ShyLily's biggest pet project that she was so proud of, chat? What was her biggest pet project that she was so proud of, chat? Which was it? B card, right? And Sinder is all over that and they have to try to like fix stuff with that whole situation. So of course she's upset. He took her passion project and literally ruined it.
Vacation of someone like direct messaging me being like, why don't you make more videos defending ShyLily or something like that, which is just so dumb. But again, obviously, yeah, they're saying like, this video pisses me off so much. No, I'm sorry, it just came out. Camilla is the one that embodies
Exactly.
this stupid.
I love that Fox says this. And this was like my biggest thing that I said at the start of my Sinder coverage stream. Sometimes, unfortunately, guys, you gotta understand, people behind VTubers are not good people. Sometimes you have to understand, guys, your Oshi is not who you thought they were. You have to judge people based off their actions, chat. You have to judge them based off their actions. It is the only way to truly know somebody. And unfortunately, guys, people are the best person in the world that you think could be the most wonderful, greatest person in the world, be the shittiest person in the world. It sucks.
Touch reality. Again, they're literally just here hating on any VTuber, essentially, that isn't Sinder, or someone that has, you know, kind of actively spoke out against Sinder. And
sucks.
yeah, even, you know, even more stuff about Tectone saying, oh god, someone at Tectone in a reply, oh no. Obviously, yeah, they're talking about a kind of Twitter thread. Obviously, they like to back each other up in Twitter threads as well.
Yeah, I got you, Revis.
It's something that they've just been doing behind the scenes and trying to gather up a lot of stuff. They've had a lot of chats as well with links, linking to things what they could share and everything like that around that could try to refute a lot of the stuff that's gone on with Sinder, even though that should be up to Sinder herself to do that, not these random schizos in a Discord server. And obviously we keep going. They talk about Cottontail now, which
But look, this whole group is just like going after whoever. I think the worst part of it was the apology she made. I feel a lot of people get less lives. She gave a better apology. I'll go back to what I said in my coverage just one more time, but I will say this. If she had taken accountability and she said, look, this is my fault, and not try to throw just Red under the bus. I'm like, look, this is my fault. I really f***ed up. I want to take some time to better myself. I apologize to all these people, this and that. Like, her document, even though it did address certain things, it didn't feel very apologetic. It felt like she pushed it off. And on top of that, too, the way that she, like, kind of did Spite dirty, she really did not address anything with Spite. And that really bothered me a lot. She just like, oh, yeah, no, that wasn't anything. Like, bro, I'm going to be real with you. That Spite stuff seemed extremely intentional.
Which obviously was another person
I think
who
she
was
should have addressed
involved
that.
in the situation, and they say, "Oh, it gets worse for Cotton," and I feel like this is pretty terrible because.
Oh, thank you, Spino. I appreciate it. We're doing a little bit of news today, but I appreciate you.
Essentially, you know, she's saying she's happy about a stream and stuff, and then it says followed by she's in the ER with her mum, and.
So as you can see here in chat, you know, Cotton had a little bit of a rough time not too long ago. She's like, no, I was at the ER with my mom. Hope she's doing okay. And this person goes on to say,
frustrated about
karma's coming back around swinging.
So
but for you to take in this group chat, right? For you to be like, oh, Cottontail, I'm in the ER with my mom, and be like, karma kicked around swinging. Because, boo-hoo, Cotton. Because she supported against, since she was against Sinder, right? People want to treat Cotton this way. That's awful, dude.
Apparently her mum
is
very well, which obviously is horrible.
Because you called out my Oshi. You and your mom that's in the ER. That is horrible. For you to type that out and hit enter.
To have as a birthday, and she
Until
says
it's
she
so
had a horrible
sweet.
birthday. This person says she had a horrible birthday, and then they said karma comes back around swinging. Boo-hoo, Cotton. I mean, how insensitive can you be? You know, even if you hate this VTuber with everything,
absolutely
obviously,
crazy.
It's absolutely terrible to be kind of wishing this stuff upon, you know, people, and especially, you know, Cottontail, who is obviously having a tough time with her mum or whatever. You know, they're saying that it's karma, and that, you know, say boo-hoo to like saying who asked. I mean, bro, these people are so like parasocial towards Sinder.
Yeah, it literally, they're like white knighting to the actual extreme, chat. Like, this is crazy. They literally are trying to fight and dox people and do whatever on her behalf. Call shit out on other people, that's horrible.
It's crazy, you know, they will do anything to kind of discredit or to kind of make fun of all of these VTubers, even if it is making fun of, you know, someone's misfortune. Now we can keep going as well. They also talk about Cotton and her kind of looks as well. Obviously Cotton's appearance is public.
They're talking about Cottontail's looks now. So again, I did a little research to find what Cotton looks like. Why are you doing that? Why are you taking the time to look up what people look like? That's creepy, bro.
Yeah, kind of mid, not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be real. If you've seen Cottontail, yeah, that's just like wrong. And they obviously go on to Pierre, who, if you don't remember, I made a video about this the other day.
Yeah,
who
Pierre
is
made
an
that
editor for ShyLily. And essentially what happened at TwitchCon was he was going around giving away ShyLily V cards that were signed by her at TwitchCon, wearing
And
a
had
shirt
the
that says "It's just business."
shirt.
Now this blew up in the Cinder space. I
Well,
made a
people
full
went
video
after
if you guys
Pierre
want
for
to go
that.
watch that. But essentially, it's referencing the whole Cinder drama of the "It's just business" line. And people, you know, were not happy with the fact that he was walking around with that. Or I say people, Cinder fans weren't happy.
I'll be real, chat. I like Pierre. I think this kind of poked the bear a little bit, but it be what it be, right? This was his way of expressing it. So he kind of poked the bear, though, admittedly. Like, look at it. He poked the bear a little bit.
Happy with that. And they say, yeah, oh, Pierre for this shirt. And they say, if you find me at TwitchCon, I'm giving away these cards. Now they go one step even further.
I agree,
Bear in mind, this guy's wearing a t-shirt and just giving away V cards. I'm gonna kill this man straight up if I ever see him. That's what they say.
Over a fucking t-shirt and you disagree with them, I'm going to unalive you. Dude, you need help.
Now, I don't know if I'm allowed
You
to
need
say
help.
that, but again, they say I'm straight up going to him. And it's kind of crazy, you know? Like, someone who's gonna go that far to say that they are
actual
going to do
psycho.
that to someone over a shirt at
A
TwitchCon
little
is
death
pretty
threat.
mental. I mean, getting this kind of riled up behind a lot of this kind of drama, all over this kind of, you know, one t-shirt, one little joke that was very, very innocent. I'm gonna be honest, that joke isn't really that much of a target at Cinder. It's just kind of like a joke that's been making a positive situation out of a bad one, which again, I don't think is anything wrong with that. But again, you know, obviously some people will even go,
yeah,
like,
Rage
man,
Wolf.
that's a little bit too far. Maybe let's not go as far as like saying that kind of stuff. They're saying no killing, which again is funny. And they say, I bet he has a very puntable face. Yeah, punt him to an end.
What the
so they
dude?
want to kick him, which again is
Why are you gonna say
crazy. Now, obviously they keep going as well, and we're getting onto the falsifying of evidence now, which essentially is this.
I get it, Dia,
This
trust me.
Lightfire guy, who obviously is the same one that said this stuff about what do you call it, ShyLily's editor. They essentially say this is.
Now we're getting into the section where they actually are trying to falsify information. So not exactly, this isn't 100% real if you're okay with that. However, you can't tell it's edited as a pixel counted to make sure the placements were perfect. Both screenshots are real, and I took the screenshot of Cinder on the day that's displayed as I sent in the Patreon chat. It's the most recent time she was on. I have a screenshot of that that I know of. I did edit Cinder onto the screenshot of the community tab. The dates lined up and she was online all day. There's nothing wrong with the times. Damn, Cinder's still in the offline chat. I wonder if she left her PC on. Literally making up
There's a screenshot with the moderator for ShyLily's, not ShyLily's, Cinder's server. Cinder's moderator, who is currently, you know, retrying to get up all the chats and stuff. Now, credit to Cinder's moderator here, because this person essentially goes, hey, I've got this thing, and say this isn't exactly 100% real.
You're
if
counting
okay with
pixels,
that.
bro.
However,
that's
you can't tell
crazy.
it's edited, as I pixel counted to make sure the places were
Yeah,
perfect.
Nepal, it
so
is
they essentially
disappointing.
made a fake screenshot. They're saying, damn, Cinder's still in offline chat. I wonder if she left her PC on. Again, this is something to do with just like saying that she's still, you know, there, and that she's still online, and that she's still looking at chat, and they falsified that. And then obviously this dude's just like,
Why are you giving people like, why are you lying to people in the first place and giving them false hope?
like, yeah, no, we can't falsify.
That's all that's
anything.
gonna do.
Like, these people are trying to
Just give people
contact the
false
Cinder
hope.
moderators to falsify this stuff. Now, there's even more proof. This light guy actually even said, it's a fake one I made. I can't use it. So they even admit to the fact that they're trying to fake stuff to do with Cinder to try either, you know, bring the community back.
Bro, what? Literally, why are you lying about this? Get the f off the internet, dude.
Up together. And it's kind of weird that, you know, all of this false information is now being spread around.
I'm losing brain cells over this chat. This is like, I cannot believe that people want to go through these links to do this. Like, what did you accomplish? Imagine if you spent all of that time doing, like, let's say hypothetically that Cinder was not at fault, right? If you spent all of that time trying to prove that she was innocent, instead of doing all this falsified information, you might actually get somewhere with it. But instead, you want to lie to people. You want to wish people were unalived. You want to make fun of people that supported Cinder. Dude, this is horrible.
And, you know, it just begs the question, what stuff in a lot of this drama is actually real and what is fake?
Hi,
Because,
TD, what's up?
again, there's people that are falsifying things like this. Now, I don't think this
They falsified this screenshot here,
is the
Mara.
biggest deal in the world, because, again, it's just saying that Cinder is online on a broadcaster. It doesn't really change anything. But whenever it comes to other stuff, we've seen how involved in situations they get with all of the previous stuff. What other stuff are they actually going after? It's pretty mental. Now, they keep going as well. Obviously, this is now on about me and my videos. This is when they started talking about me, which was a day or so before I got banned. And they essentially say, these thumbnails, I seethe over, like I cannot take them. Forget low tier god, I'm these MFs myself if I see them.
How are you gonna say I'm going to unalive somebody because you disagree with their opinion? That is insane. Bro, do you have more than one brain cell in your head? You say that because you disagree with somebody. I'm blown away, chat. I'm actually blown away right now. This person needs to, like, get some help.
This dusty guy, I don't know who they are, but, you know, threatening me in that way is kind of crazy. Now, obviously,
I agree. Yeah, you know, when I perused through it, again, I do need to deep dive into it, to be fair. You can take my opinion with a grain of salt, but hey, there was nothing in there that was, like, new. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I rearranged it by time. I'm like, well, we already looked at that when we went through the original one, so I didn't feel like that was new, but...
Keep going as well. They're talking about my stuff about the Lucy Pie video I made. I made a video about Lucy Pie getting banned. They say, look at this guy, didn't take long, milked it for a near 9-minute video.
By the way, this is the guy that made these videos. That's him.
I mean, I'm just talking about a VTuber situation. I'm just covering the news. I mean, I didn't say anything negative. If anything, I was positive towards Lucy Pie. And I said that, you know, she didn't deserve to get banned, things like that.
Literally, it's like, people do this to me all the time. I'll put out a video, or I'll talk about something, and they're like I had somebody the other day that was like, why are you still talking about the Sinder stuff? Stop milking it. I'm like, you do realize there's follow-ups, right? Like, it's not just, this happens, we talk about it, that's it. Like, there's follow-ups. There's more to this situation. Like, we're talking about it because it's going on, like, you know? And
obviously, yeah, they keep going on and on. They said, yeah, like, holy, all of these drama channels need to get removed. I mean, I'm just covering stuff that is going on in the space. I mean, I don't know why these people were getting so annoyed at that. But again, if they don't want to see it, then that's fine. They don't have to watch my content. But the thing is, they love it. You know, they secretly love it. They secretly love looking at all of these videos, getting annoyed about it because they are addicted to getting annoyed. You know, and they can't just go and hide a channel or block it or whatever just because they don't want to see it. I understand if you don't want to watch drama content.
You don't like it, just move on, bro.
But the fact is, you know, this Lucy Pie video got 10,000 views. People want to see this content. Obviously, people want to see this content. And it got, like, you know, well, I think it was like 93% likes out of the like ratio. So people liked the video. And so I'm going to continue to do it because that is something that is a space in the VTuber space.
Did they actually? I didn't see that.
Actually also do this kind of stuff. So I will continue to do it because it seems like the wider community do enjoy this kind of content. And obviously we keep going. They keep...
That's the same for me, chat. Why do I continue talking about this stuff? One, I like talking about this stuff. I think it's interesting. Two, I think that we learn a lot together, right? We talk about these situations, we have a discussion, and we all become better people from these situations. We learn something new. And three, I think people enjoy it.
Keep talking about even more stuff. They're saying this is almost Asmongold levels of deranged.
Yeah, her running was telling.
Because again, I like Asmongold, so that's almost an honor to say that I'm like him. And again, this is where we get into the parasocial stuff.
Here we go.
Essentially, this person saying
up,
this
Godzilla?
is also
How are you?
Like, talking about whenever the whole
Thanks for
Sinder
coming
stuff
by.
actually
Welcome.
went down. They said, well, my sleep has been effed up. I can't imagine how much worse hers is because of all of this.
Why is your sleep super messed up about this situation? I mean, like, I can understand maybe like a week after or something like that, but to this day, you're still torn up about it that much.
Just now.
I guess I can't judge people on how they react to stuff, but like, if you're still that upset about this situation, I hope things get better for you because that's really rough, chat. That's really rough.
They've been losing sleep over this Sinder drama.
You know, like that's very, that feels extreme.
Days, I couldn't sleep for anything. Worry and anxiety for her kept my mind active. Eventually on the like 4th day, I got myself some melatonin gummies just to be able to sleep. This dude lost 4 days of sleep over Sinder having an altercation online. If that doesn't scream parasocial, I don't know what does.
It's extreme to me, but again, I can't tell people how they react to situations, how much it hurts them, but like, dude, I think you should probably like maybe go talk to somebody, you know?
I don't, you know, think about your most favorite content creator ever. Have you ever lost sleep over any kind of drama they've gotten into?
Nope.
You know?
I can't say that I have.
I don't think I've ever tossed and turned over the fact of like, you know, Tecto and getting in the drama that he's been in over the past couple of months. We're like, no, Tecto, no, I can't sleep.
Yeah, I don't think I would lose sleep. Like, I know Zin went through a hard time a few months ago, but I didn't lose sleep over it. I was just like, I hope you feel better, Zin. Like,
no,
you know, like... Even I know Rima, unfortunately, if you guys don't know, one of her family members passed away recently. She put on Twitter, and I thought about her a lot because I'm like, oh my god, like I hope you're okay. I wish you the best, but like I don't lose sleep over it, right? It's just like I feel really bad, and I hope she's okay, right?
You can feel empathetic or whatever and be like, hey, that's terrible.
Exactly, and
I'm
that's all we
sorry
can
that
do,
that's
Ryu.
kind of happening. But like losing sleep for 4 days and having to get melatonin gummies to go and sleep is absolutely outrageous and mental. I mean,
Exactly,
again, it
Rage
just kind
Wolf.
of proves the fact of what kind of mentality they are in with a lot of this Cinder stuff and why they are actually doing this thing. It's because they love Cinder so much and they hate to see a lot of this stuff happening, even though it's
Yeah,
justifiably
exactly,
so. A lot
Chase.
of these stuff and the evidence that has
Exactly.
come
I think the example that they're making is like a content creator, right? If your favorite content creator is Asmongold, right? And Asmongold is like Owl was a few months ago. He's like, oh, like I'm taking a week off, right? And I gotta repent a little bit. Like, did you lose sleep over it? Probably not. But like your family member is different, right? Very, very different.
out is very, very much provable, and it's very obvious that she has done a lot of wrong here, but they cannot accept that. Now, keep going on. There's more cringe stuff as well, which I just kind of added at the end. Like this person, for example, saying, "I nearly choked on my pyro power when I first saw it." Like, yeah, guys, I almost choked on my Cinder branded gamer subs after seeing this. Yeah, guys, I'm a true Cinder fan. I swear, like, bro, it's crazy. And then finally, this is me getting banned. This is someone talking to the guy who invited me. Essentially, yeah, saying, did you invite Kazahana? Oh my god, I can't believe you let him in. He's gonna find all our secrets. I don't know what happened to the server. I'm pretty sure it's down now. I'm pretty sure I got told it got taken down. But
I don't
yeah,
doubt
that's pretty
that.
much all of the clips and all of the different screenshots that I wanted to bring up in this video because, again, these people are unhinged. Like, they should not be allowed
Very
in
much
the
so.
space. They should not be allowed to do this stuff in the background,
Let's go
especially
gaming!
kind of
Unhealthy
contributing
gaming.
to Twitter.
We
Because,
love
again,
that.
even with the ShyLily stuff, all the doxing that they've been doing in the
What's up,
background, I
boss?
don't
How
know
are
what they're
you?
planning on doing that. Obviously they've been orchestrating a lot of Twitter posts, they've been orchestrating a lot of Google Docs, everything like that in the background, which again, maybe one of those is going to feature some of this stuff that we've covered today.
I hope they did. I'm sure they got reported.
I hope that, this does bring a little bit of light to how absolutely crazy some of these Cinder fans can be. Now, I'm not saying it's all of them, by the way. I do want to add that at the end of this video, that a lot of the Cinder fans are kind of chill. Some people don't support what she did, maybe.
Look, man, we have a lot of Cinder fans here, a lot of Pyro Pups, and I have no ill will towards any of y'all in any way, right? We love you just the same. I think that I have empathy for you guys because I'm sorry for what you had to go through. It's horrible. But this group of people, this group that we just looked at in the video, are unacceptable.
Maybe like the artwork, maybe like the times in the past, the memories that they've had. That's totally fine. And also there's some people that don't agree with it but still want to support her or whatever, which I also think is totally fine as well. And you're very, very much in your right. But it's the people like this who ruin it for everyone, who are going in the background and trying to bring down other streamers, other content creators, and other VTubers in the space just because their favorite VTuber got banned off the space. And I think it's absolutely horrible. And I just wanted to bring a ton of light to this situation.
Yeah, they're not Pyro Pups.
Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. This is a pretty long video for me. I usually do around 10 minutes, but we reached.
So definitely chat. As you can see here from this situation, there are some people that are very much not in the same group as the regular Pyro Pups. They are trying to do something extremely nefarious, trying to dox people, maybe do something with that information. I don't know, lie about things that are going on with Cinder, share that with moderators to spread that to the general Pyro Pups and the community. But these type of people continue to cause problems and will make this situation worse, chat. And this has gotten to the point where the Pyro Pups themselves have had to speak out. So here we go, guys. The Pyro Pups Cinder says, Pyro Pups, the mods have had to say something about what happened yesterday, talking about this video, right? Any Pyro Pup that creates a Discord server for the purpose of causing more drama or attacking VTubers, streamers, or any other person will be permanently banned from Cinder's server. So let's read what they have to say to all the members of the server. This is a formal announcement from the mods and Pyro Patrol team. Recently, there have been multiple servers created by community members. Some people have been using it to rant or vent their frustration about the current situation. Totally understandable, right? However, some of these Discords are sometimes used for nefarious purposes, such as trying to get dirt on others. This will not be tolerated. While we understand the situation is unfortunate, we understand passions are high, and a lot of you are still unsure about what will happen in the future. We, the mods, are unsure as well. And guys, remember that the Pyro Pup mods have no idea what's going on either, chat. They're just trying to hold together the community. They have friends. They want to keep that together. It's not about Cinder. It's about the community. While we understand the situation is unfortunate, we understand passions are high and a lot of viewers don't sure about what will happen. We the mods are unsure as well. However, these branching servers have caused numerous issues despite us informing these parties to not move forward with these servers. As a result from the most recent issues, we are making this announcement. Going forward, if any branch servers created or caused more trauma situations and nefarious activities that we the mods have witnessed, then it will result in a permanent ban from the server, which is great. I love that they're stepping up and saying, nah, dude. We do not intend to control everything everybody does. Everyone in this server is, or should be, a grown adult, and you make their own decisions. We understand if you make friends in this community and wish to create a new server to share with each other and hang out there, then of course that is fine. However, please understand there are a lot of discussions about these current events in the VTuber community. Again, we cannot control what you do. We will not police your personal lives and friendships in this space. If you create a server with the purposes of hanging out with friends you made in this space, then please do so. As stated before, and moving forward, if we find out you're involved in a server with the intent to cause a situation like harassing other VTubers, doxing, which we just saw, or mentioning to cause harm, which we saw, you'll be permanently banned for this community. Will not get to appeal. You are not a Pyro Pup. Love that. Love that. Denouncing them completely, which is fantastic. They're not a Pyro Pup. As said by the Pyro Patrol. I thank you for your time, everybody. Please take a deep breath, calm down, drink some water, relax. Please consider what it means to be a Pyro Pup. Yes, at this time, we'd like to reiterate none of this to imply that Cinder is returning soon. We have not received any notifications to imply as such, so love that. And again, guys, Cinder did not make the Pyro Pups. The Pyro Pups made Cinder. Remember that, chat. The Pyro Pups made Cinder, not the other way around. That is the situation, guys. Going on with the ShyLily doxing and everybody just going after Lily here.